Vaheguru, 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 Guru, Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji. With Vaheguru Ji's Kirpa, we were discussing a Shabad on Ang 16, where Guru Nanak Dev Ji told us what should we eat, what is good for us, what should we wear. In continuing with this Shabad, Guru Nanak Dev Ji will teach us what should we ride on. ਕਿਹੜੀ ਕਾਰ 'ਚ ਬੈਠੀਏ, ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸਕੂਟਰ ਤੇ, ਕਿਹੜੇ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਤੇ, ਕਿਹੜੇ ਰਿਕਸ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਬੈਠੀਏ. Gurmukh Pyareo, we have to understand the difference between the physical life and how our mind works or how our mind should work. At this point of time, for most of us, our mind is outwards. ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਮੁਖੀ ਹੈ ਮਨ. ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਖੜਨਾ. We have to bring our mind inside, which is the real house of the mind. But mind is wandering through these 9 doors. And ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨਦੇਹੀ. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is telling us what are the things, how our mind works, where does it go, behind which things. Because mind is sukham, mind is subtle, but mind thinks it is a physical body. Mind has to guide the physical body, but mind is being guided by the physical body. Game ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਪੁੱਠੀ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ. We do things for our physical body. We don't do things for our mind. The purpose of life is different, right? Every day, Sikhs read this Shabad. Pai Parapat Manukh Dehuriya. What does that mean? That human body was given to the mind. Manukh. Dehuriya as in physical body. And the next line is Gobind Milan ki eh teri bariya. That the aim of your life is to merge back from where you came. Not this physical body, but the mind. However, it is a different topic whereby the highest and highest of the Gurmukhs, like Guru Nanak Dev Ji, merged in Vaheguru with the physical body. But that's a different topic altogether. Where the reality is, the aim of our life is when our mind will merge in Vaheguru. Merge. So that's what, when we realize this, that we are not this physical body, we live in this physical body, and the purpose of our life is different, then we will approach things in a different way. We'll do things in a different way. And what is the next line of that Shabad? Avar kaaj tere kite na kaam, mil sad sankat paj keval naam. The things which we do, I'm not talking about our duties towards this world, towards our family. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the other things. Maharaj says, Avar kaaj tere kite na kaam, mil sad sangat paj keval naam. They're useless. Other things are useless without the naam, without coming in the congregation, without meeting the saints in the congregation. Maharaj has Shabad which ki kande next, where we stopped at Hor Baba, Hor Penan, Khushi Khwar, Jit Pende, Tan Pidiye, Man Mein, Chale Vikar. That we should not wear those things. And Maharaj has explained it. If you have missed it, you can listen to yesterday's lecture. What we should wear, what we should not wear. Again, man de kapde di gal ho rahi hai. The cloth of the mind, right? We should not wear those things which gives us the pain. right? Sometimes you have this label, on your shirt or something, and when you wear it, it really, creates a problem. Sometimes there's the texture of the clothes you wear, it really gives you a pain, right? That's what Maharaj is talking about physically, but with the mind, what can give you pain? Listen to the yesterday's lecture. Let's go next. Kode pakhar soine, pakhat bujan teri vaat. Sorry, Vaheguru. Kode pakhar soine, kode pakhar soine sakhat bujan teri vaat. So, in old days, rather than in today's time, we use, motorbikes or buses or cars or some sort of transportation to go to a particular path. But Maharaj is saying something else. Let's read the next line and then let's dig into it. Tarkas tir kaman sang teg band guntat वाजा नेजा पत स्यों प्रगट वाजा नेजा पत स्यों प्रगट कर्म तेरा मेरी जात. So Maharaj is saying that, okay, yes, we use kode. What is the real koda in the world of Taram? What is Taram? Taram is not a religion, as most of us think. The Taram is a religion. I've always said this, that Taram is man-made. And there is a story. I've repeated this story multiple times, but it's very interesting. Somebody came to Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the fifth Guru, and he asked which Taram is the best Taram of the world. And he was asking about a religion. And Maharaj answers in Sukhmani Sahib, Sarab Taram mein Shreshth Taram हर को नाम जप निर्मल करम. कहते भी हरि दा नाम जपना, as in meditate on the one formless Vaheguru, that is the real pure karam, that is the real taram. Here also Maharaj is talking about koda as a taram. Kode pakhar soine, kode pakhar soine sakhat bhujan teri vaat. Gurbani Guru is the real gold. The koda, when you have to ride it on a horse, you need to put a kathi. In Punjabi, we call it a kathi. And I think in English, we call it a saddle. So you have, you put a covering on the top of the horse. And Maharaj says, physically, you might have a gold golden, or the kathi is made out of gold, maybe. But Maharaj says, what the real essence of the taram is, we have to understand it from the Gurbani. And why? Because bhujan teri vaat, we need to understand what is our path, or how can we travel, or how can we ride on this path. Just like physically, if we want to go from one place to another place, we use cars and all whatnot. In old days, it was like kode, right? But here, the real koda, the real taram, the real directions who will give us with the knowledge, with the gyan, with the Brahm gyan of Vaheguru Sache Vasha is through the Gurbani Guru. And when we will ride on that horse, what will happen? We have to do few things with it, right? Because you need to learn a technique. Even if you are doing horse riding, you need to learn the technique. Similarly, there is a technique to understand this knowledge, Brahm Gyan, this wisdom, which we can get from our Gurbani Guru. Tarkas tir kaman sang teg band guntat. Tarkas tir. What is tarkas? Tarkas is the place where you put the arrows. Let's say you have a bow and an arrow, right? Tarkas is the place where you put your arrows. Remember, they put it in the back, and that's where you put your arrows. First, we'll go with the literal meaning, and then we will deep get into a deep dive of that. And then you need to carry a. Let's read it again. Tarkas, tir, kaman, bow and arrow, right? Sang, teg, band, gunata. Teg band is like a gatra, right? The place where you put your kirpan, right? Your sword, that is called teg band. Gunatat, those kind of guns, qualities we need to keep. Now, what exactly it is? Let's take a deep dive. Maharaj is saying that you have to make your mind pure. You have to make your mind pure. So, Guru Pyaro, this is a question also for a lot of Gurmukh Pyare, that we should do Naam Japna or we should do the Gurbani. We should take a Gyan or we should do the Dhyan, right? Gyan is the knowledge, wisdom, and Dhyan is the focus in the feet of Guru. What is the feet? Feet is Naam. But this is a common question. Maharaj is answering this thing. Even when you have to read the Gurbani, the scriptures, what you need to do is you need to clean your mind first. If the mind is full of thoughts, agar man ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫੁਰਨਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਭਰੇ ਹੋਏ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਦੋਂ ਬਾਣੀ ਪੜੋਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਣੀ. That's why a lot of people complain this thing, that I don't understand the Gurbani. And the reason behind that is, even if you know the Gurmukhi, even if you know the Punjabi, but the mind is totally busy in other things, we will not be able to understand Gurbani. Even before reading the Gurbani, and Guru Ramdas Sache Pasha tells us, Chade Divas Gurbani Gave. But usto pehla ki karna hai? Gur Satgur ka jo Sikh khave, phal ke uthar naam te ave. We have to chant first. We have to clean our mind first. ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਧੋਣਾ ਹੈ, ਫਿਰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਪੜਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ. Then only our mind will be able to understand or take a wisdom of Gurbani when we will first meditate. That's what Maharaj is saying, that before you ride on this horse, where you have so many things out there, before you do that, your tarkas, where the place where you put the arrows, should be clean. Tarkas, tirt, kaman, sang, it has to be clean. Because if it is not clean, how will you put the arrows? How will you put your swords in that? How will you put this the teg? And similarly, what is the teg band? Teg band is the gatra, or the place where there is a teg. But if it is something is already there, how you will do that? So you need to make sure that your hirda, your mind is pure. Then only you will be able to put things in it. Take a gyan, take a knowledge. And the tir, the arrow, is a sign of love. Sometimes you physically you see some people make heart, and then there is an arrow is piercing the heart, right? It's a prem, it's a love, it's a sign of a love. We have to have that love in our mind, and a love will only come with Saskara Simran. Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru. We have to create that love. We have to make our mind shuddh, pure, clean. Whatever thoughts we can make it less, go less. जिन्ने भी घट साडे फुरने होणगे. And the bow, when you have to hit and use a bow and arrow, you have to pull the bow. and you have to move it little bit down, right? That is also the nishani of the sign of the intellect, right? Vivek buddh nahi assi kehte jinu. Whatever we do, right, we don't do it artificially. We do it with the gyan, with the vivek buddh, with the intellect, right? With the full faith, with the love. These all things are the nishani. Tegband, sang is a barchi or whatever you call a small kirpan, right? Tat, we have to do the effort also, right? We have to wake up at Amrit Vela early morning, do meditation, right? The effort also has to be there. And then only we can ride this horse of Gyan. Then only we can travel on this path, where this path leads us to our own house. It's mind's house. It's Vaiguruji's house. ਸਾਡਾ ਮਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਦਾ ਅਸਲੀ ਘਰ, ਉਹਦੇ ਜਾਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਘੋੜੇ ਤੇ ਸਵਾਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ। ਘੋੜਾ ਤੇ ਸਵਾਰ ਹੋਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਨ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ, ਹਿਰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ, ਸਫਾਈ ਕਰਨੀ ਪੈਣੀ, ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ। If we already have some other knowledge going on in our mind, and that is called manamat, right? And we have not taken the Guru's mat. Even when we'll try to take the Guru mat, and if our mind is like 100% sure about our own knowledge, we will not be able to get that knowledge because we are in denial. Most of the people go in denial. They say we know better than Gurbani. We know better. We know better how to live in this life. We know what is the purpose of their life. Because of our ego, we say all these things. Because what is the purpose of our life? Normally, physically, in Drishtman world, in the physical world, oh, I want to gain, I want to have more money, I want to have good titles, I want to have this and that. Okay, there is somebody who is not muted. ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਅਨਮਿਊਟ ਨਾ ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ, ਡੋਂਟ ਅਨਮਿਊਟ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ। ਸੋ that ਗਿਆਨ, our mind's knowledge, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਮੱਤ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। that will be always a problem, and that's what Guru Sahib is telling us. Empty your mind. ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਧੋਵੋ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ, wash your mind, then only you will be able to get a wisdom of Guru. Guru ਦਾ ਗਿਆਨ, ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਗਿਆਨ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਈਓ ਸਮਝ ਆਣਾ ਹੈ till the time we will not clear our mind. ਮਨ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ ਆਪਾਂ ਧੋਵਾਂਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ। and ਜਿਹੜੀ ਖੜਗ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇਗ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਹੈ, the sword which we have to keep, that is a nishani that we have to kill all our doots, ਕਾਮ, ਕ੍ਰੋਧ, ਲੋਭ, ਮੋਹ, ਹੰਕਾਰ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨਾ। we have to finish them up, right? And the arrow is a nishani, is a sign of love. ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਪਿਆਰ should be there. The focus will only come if there is love. At least we can try to fall in love. ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਨੀ ਬੜੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। Then Maharaj says, Vaja neja pat syon, Vaja neja pat syon pargat, Karam teri, Karam tera meri jaat. Then Maharaj is saying, Maharaj is telling us, then you will be honored. Just like when we have to honor somebody, right? Then when they enter some room or some, in the official functions, when some president is coming, they play some music, right? Drum is played, flutes are being played, and all that. This is pointing out to be in the Anhat Shabad. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋਗੇ, ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖੋਗੇ, ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਕਾਮ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਲੋਭ ਮੋਹ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਜੇ ਵਜਨੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਵਾਜੇ ਵਜਨੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ, ਅਨਹਦ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਵਾਜ਼ਾਂ ਆਉਣੀਆਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ। ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਵਾਟ ਵਿਲ ਹੈਪਨ, you will become a Dyavan, you will become compassionate, because the mercy of Vaiguruji will happen. And that will become our social status. That will become our jat, right? The compassion. You will see everybody equal. That is the kirpa. ਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਘੋੜੇ ਤੇ ਸਵਾਰ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, then only you can ride on this horse. And when you will ride on this horse, then you will be honored. Pat milegi. Pat is honor. Karam milega. Karam has anchored here. Here karam is kirpa. His karam, his kirpa will happen, will get his kirpa. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਫਿਰ next line ਮਹਾਰਾਜ says, ਬਾਬਾ ਹੋਰ ਚੜਨਾ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਖੁਆਰ, ਜਿਤ ਚੜੀਏ ਤਨ ਪੀੜੀਏ, ਮਨ ਮੈਂ ਚਲੇ ਵਿਕਾਰ. Maharaj first told us the solution, how to kill these vikars, how to kill these doots, and what to ride. Right? Worldly ride is temporary, right? It's all Maya. The physical thing is all Maya. I know I say it again and again, right? But it is going to perish one day. The cars which we buy, the scooters, the motorbikes, whatever you're going to buy, they're going to perish. But Naam Tan, the Koda of Gyan, and the Naam, the Kamai, is going to be our real ride. Real ride. That's why I'm saying, don't ride on the things which ultimately gives you a pain. Jit chadiye, tan peediye, man mein chale vikar, Baba hor chadna khushi khwar. Rest everything is going to, for example, you buy a BMW today or a Tesla today, you'll have to pay a lot of, payments for 5 years, 6 years, and it is going to impact your earnings and all that stuff. That's why at the end of the day, you bought the thing for the happiness, but it ultimately gave you a problem, right? Gave you a pain. फिर महाराज जैसे भी कहते कहते बाबा होर चढ़ना खुशी खुआर, ਉਹ ਆ ਜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨਾ ਲਓ, ਬਾਅਦ ਚੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲਾਂ ਆਉਣੀਆਂ. ਜਿੱਤ ਚੜੀਏ ਧਨ ਪੀੜੀਏ, ਮਨ ਮੈਂ ਚਲੇ ਵਿਕਾਰ, ਤੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਕਾਰ ਚੱਲਣਗੇ. Then you will start thinking, yaar, how to repay my car? Can I do something? Can I do something, some forgery or something? Right? All sort of ideas will come, because these 5 thieves, lust, greed, anger, attachment, and ego, they keep on giving you the ideas on the back, so that we can remain in the lower dimension. Thalle hi aapa rahiye, saadi surat jehdi thalle rahiye, right? So that's why Maharaj is saying, if you will buy such rides, your body is ruined. Corruption will comes. Man mein chale vikar. The mind will be in corruption, right? कर मंदर खुशी नाम की, नदर तेरी परवार. बट महाराज से अगर तेन कहानी समझ आ गई, मन की कहानी तेन समझ आ गई कि मन वास्ते, मन नू की चाहिए, तन नू ते तन नू चाहिए ਵੱਖੋ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਘਰ, ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਕਾਰਾਂ, ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ? What is the real food of mind? What does mind want? Right? We have understood now. Physically, we need big cars and all, but the mind need that horse which can take us to Vaheguru. That horse, that ride, which can take us to Vaheguru through Naam. That's why Maharaj is saying, Kar Mandar Khushi Naam ki. That in the real house, the happiness is of Naam. But how? Nadar teri parvar, when your nadar, when your nazar, when your sight will be on us, when your grace will be on our family, parvar. Kar mandar khushi naam ki, नदर तेरी परवार, हुक्म सोई तुद भावसी, होर आखण बहुत अपार, और आखण बहुत अकार. The real player will be when we will come in as hukam, when the naam will be there, when we the naam as in the voice of Vaheguru will be revealed. ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਘਰ ਮੰਦਰ, inside also and outside also the happiness will be there. ਨਾਨਕ ਸੱਚਾ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ पूछ ना करे विचार. नानक सच्चा पातशाह. Nanak is a sacha pasha. What is sacha pasha? The true guru, Sat Guru. Nanak sacha patsha. He's a true guru. Who? Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying why Guruji is a true guru, and we should only seek an advice from him. Pooch na kare vichar. Patsha pooch ना करके कि होर किसे को ना पूछो. Don't ask anybody else what you want to do in your life, because they are going to misguide, because they are also humans. But discuss, do a vichar of Gurbani, what Gurbani is telling us to do, which ride we should have, what clothes which we should wear, what we should eat. Ask Guru sir, not physical food, not a physical ride. But don't do physically also those things that your mind is in trouble, because mind thinks it's a physical body. Mind has forgotten what is the real love. Mind has forgotten what is the real food. Mind's food is amrit ras. मन ਦਾ ਖਾਣਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ? ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਰਸ. ਸਰੀਰ ਦਾ ਖਾਣਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਦਾਲ ਰੋਟੀ. ਮਨ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਨਣਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ? ਕਰਮੀ ਆਵੇ ਕੱਪੜਾ, ਨਦਰੀ ਮੋਖ ਦੁਆਰ. ਕਰਮ, ਕਰਮ's ਕੱਪੜੇ. Which ਕਰਮ? ਨਾਮ ਦਾ ਕਰਮ. That is those kapade which we have to wear, the clothes of Naam. Right? We wear a Neela Bana. Maharaj says Neela Bana is a nishani that your mind is now pure. Your mind is now pure. You ride the cars, but Maharaj says ride those horses, those cars which are inspired from Gurbani Guru. Meaning walk on that path which Guru tells us. Have that kind of a Vivek Buddh, that kind of intelligence which is given by Guru. Baba hor sona khushi khwar, jit suttੈ tan pīੜੀਐ, man ਮੈਂ ਚਲੈ vikar. You know, this is a jukti Guru Sahib is giving us in the last line. When we sleep, remember one thing. Try to jap naam while sleeping. Wah Guru, wah Guru. ਜਦੋਂ ਸੋਣਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਰਾਤੀ ਤੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਸੋਣਾ? ਨਾਮ ਜਪ ਜਪ ਕੇ ਵਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ, ਵਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ. Or more sahaj, because it's a night time. Wah Guru, wah Guru, in peace. Wah, and sleep like this. But Maharaj says, hor sona khushi khwar. How we sleep in a pain? When we are watching a YouTube, last thing is watching a Facebook or doing some videos or something. Then what dreams we are going to see? That's why it's a khwar. That's why that type of a sleep is khwar. Because with that kind of a sleep, your body will be ruined. Why? Because you'll not be able to sleep. Your dreams will be full of Facebook and YouTube. Let's say you watch a horror movie, you're going to get nightmares in the night. So all the wickedness and the corruption is going to be there in your mind while sleeping also. That's why before sleeping, just do Guru, read Sohela, right? Read Sohela Sahib and then do Vah Guru, Vah Guru. Sleep with that. Then whole night you will be Japing Naam. You will be in the lap of Vaheguru. Your surat, your focus will go to the Sacha Darbar, to the Sachkhand, where the Sant Mandali is there. Your mind will go there in front of Vaheguru Sache Pasha. But it depends if your mind is is in sleep, ਮਨ ਸਾਡਾ ਸੁੱਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿ ਜਾਗਦਾ. It all depends on that. But that's the way how you wake up your mind, by doing Simran while sleeping. If you have a Anhat Shabad Pragat, listen to the Anhat Shabad. Straight on your bed, on the back, lay down on the back, put your dhyan in front of your forehead, and then say Vah Guru, Vah Guru, Vah Guru, and you'll have a peaceful sleep. You'll have, what is the nishani that you had a peaceful sleep? When you'll wake up in the morning, you'll be full of energy. But if you're tired, if your body is in pain, that means you didn't had a good sleep. You were up all the night in nightmares, in the thoughts. Even while sleeping also, you were seeing the bad dreams. ਐਸ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਬੜਾ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈ. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋਰ ਸੋਣਾ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਖੁਆਰ, ਜਿਤ ਸੁੱਤੈ ਤਨ ਪੀੜੀਏ ਮਨ ਮੈਂ ਚਲੇ ਵਿਕਾਰ. ਬਾਬਾ ਹੋਰ ਸੋਣਾ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਖੁਆਰ, that you will get pain and you will not get happiness. ਜਿਤ ਸੁੱਤੈ ਤਨ ਪੀੜੀਏ ਮਨ ਮੈਂ ਚਲੇ ਵਿਕਾਰ. Very simple. Vivek Buddh, intelligence, intellect, wisdom of Guru. Do those things which will make your mind and ultimately body also will feel better. Okay, आओ जी ਆਪਾਂ सिमरन करिए. Before we start Simran, let's see if there is a question. No question. आओ जी. We have to say Vah, we have to listen. We have to say Guru, we have to listen. आओ जी शुरू करिए. Vah Guru, 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 Vah Guru,
Vahguru, 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 Guru, Va, 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 Guru, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru. ਵਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹ Guru, Va, Guru, Guru, Va, 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 Guru, ਵਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ 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 ਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹ 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 ਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹ 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 Guru, Va, 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 Guru, Guru, Va, 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 Guru, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 अंतर्गत सिमरन. Mind should chant, mind should listen. Body totally relaxed. Totally relax your body. If you hear the sound, the Anhat Shabad, try focusing on that. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. हम अवगुण परे एक गुण नाही अमृत छाड़ बिखै बिख खाई माया मोह परम पै भूलै सुत दारा स्यों प्रीत लगाई एक उत्तम पंथ सुनियो गुर संगत तै मिलंत जम त्रास मिटाई एक अरदास पाठ कीरत की गुरु रामदास राखो शरनाई. एक अरदास पाठ कीरत की गुरु रामदास राखो शरनाई. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. We'll meet tomorrow at 5 p.m. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा.